Today we're going to take a look beyond major and minor and learn a little bit about the diatonic modes, aka the modes of the major scale. You know, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian. Yes. When do we get to beast mode? What? No, there is no beast mode. What about super turbo mode? There's no super turbo mode either. Apple pie a la mode? Did you bring enough to share with the whole class? No? That's what I thought. Okay, just listen. No pie, but I promise this is going to be fun. Okay, now where were we? Ah, yes. Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian are the 7 modes of the diatonic scale. These modes, or types of scales, are all based on a note of the diatonic major scale and have been used extensively in medieval music. Now, the concept originated in ancient Greece, and so the names are taken from places in ancient Greece, but the notes are not going to be the same. There's a little bit lost in translation from the Greek to the medieval Europeans. But just don't worry about the Greeks right now with their tetrachords, their quarter tones, and all that stuff. So today we're just focusing on the diatonic modes, which have been passed down to us through medieval church music and in all kinds of various folk traditions, such as the Celtic traditions. Let's take a quick look at each one, from the most familiar to the least familiar. We'll start with an easy one, because the Ionian mode is identical to the regular major scale. Yay! You can get it by playing all white keys starting on C on the piano. Now for the rest of these, I'll show you each mode starting on the same note, just to show the difference. But then I'll also show you the white keys version, in case that's helpful for all you piano people out there. And it doesn't really matter what pitch you start the scale on. What matters is the intervals. So now that we've got an easy one out of the way, let's switch gears to our next mode, the Aeolian. The Aeolian mode is commonly considered the tastiest of the modes, with its rich, creamy flavor, garlic and herbs. That's aioli. Let's see. The Aeolian mode. It's identical to the natural minor scale. See, that wasn't so bad either. Don't worry, it is going to get weird later, but this one's not too weird. You can play the Aeolian scale by starting on A and playing all white keys. Next, let's venture into some modes that are a little outside the major-minor framework. And now my favorite, the Dorian mode. Dorian mode is basically a natural minor scale with a raised 6th scale degree. So it almost sounds like they borrowed a note from the major key. You can get it by starting on D and playing all white keys. An example of a song that uses the Dorian mode would be Greensleeves, a traditional English tune. And really any song that uses a major 4 chord in a minor key is, arguably using, a chord from the Dorian mode, kind of borrowing from that a little bit. I like the Dorian mode because it seems kind of dark and mysterious with the general minor key framework, but it's got that little bit of an unexpected lift with the raised 6. The Lydian mode is known for attending balls, trimming bonnets, driving away at sister's potential suitors, and running off with Mr. Wickham. It's also known for being the major scale with a raised 4th scale degree. So it sounds a little bit off, a little bit brighter than the major scale. You can get a Lydian scale by starting on F and playing all white keys. I think the Lydian mode sounds a little bit unsettled because the raised 4th scale degree makes it impossible to have a 5-7 chord, which you kind of need to really feel grounded in the tonic. It just all depends on what feel you're going for. Now for the Mixolydian mode, the name sounds a little weirder, but the sound is actually a little bit slightly more familiar. You can think of it as a major scale with a lowered 7th. And a lowered 7th chord it's not actually that uncommon just in popular music, even in the rock music world. Long Time by Boston is actually an example of a more modern rock song that uses the Mixolydian mode, or at least chords from it. You can play a Mixolydian by starting on G, playing all white keys. I find the Mixolydian mode to be similarly cheerful to the major scale, but a little earthier, a little more down to earth, a little more grounded somehow. I don't know, something about dirt, I don't know. Can't explain it, but y'all feel free to talk about that in comments. Okay, now things are starting to get a little bit weird. The Phrygian mode is basically a natural minor scale with a lowered 2nd. You can get it by starting on E and playing all white keys. With the exception of maybe some flamenco dance music, there aren't a lot of songs that use the Phrygian mode, because that lowered 2nd really makes it kind of hard to tell where the tonic is or what key you're even in. Now occasionally in Romantic era classical music, there will be a chord progression known as the Neapolitan 6, where it'll be like a flat 2, a 5, and then the minor 1. But perhaps this is the kind of thing that's best in small doses. I've just got one question for the people of Locria, wherever that may be. Are y'all okay? Locrian mode is the last mode on our list, and it is also the darkest sounding, as it is a natural minor scale with a lowered second and a lowered fifth. A lowered fifth? Yep, a lowered fifth. And that would make the relationship between the first and the fifth scale degree not a nice perfect fifth, but a tritone. A tritone? The tritone has commonly been considered the ugliest interval in music. So when you hear that Locrian mode, it just kind of feels like there's nowhere to land. There's no good place for your ear to rest. Which, if you're trying to create a very unsettling kind of soundtrack to something, then the Locrian mode could be your very best friend. You never know. So, just to review, here's all 7 modes again, listed from brightest to darkest. Having heard them all, did you have a favorite? Now, y'all already know that I'm a Dorian fan, but let's talk in the comments. And while you're at it, if you like this video, please do like and subscribe so you can get some more of this fun musical knowledge in the future. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!